Dumb question. Come on. He played his butt off the whole game. Ask a different question.
How hard is that to kind of not put all that weight on you as you go through this? I mean, it's just...
It's extremely hard,
what?
Man.
Come on, man.
I'm sure it's tough. That's why I asked him about it.
That's a brilliant question, bro.
That is Cincinnati Bengals player B.J. Hill chiding reporters for asking his teammate Joseph Ossai about the catastrophic play in last night's playoff game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Cenk, take it away.
Okay, so skip all the graphics. Let me just tell you what happened, okay? So Kansas City is tied with the Bengals. Bengals have the ball in the beginning. It looks like they're about to score with 2 minutes left. But no, hey, the Chiefs defense pulls it out. But they have such a tiny amount of time that when they go get the ball back, it's not likely that the Chiefs are gonna score. But as usual, Mahomes, even though he's injured, does a great job, drives him down the field. He even runs on a high ankle sprain to get the first down. He's going out of bounds and Ossai hits him. Oh, he hit him too late. Oh my God, that adds 15 yards. So when it adds 15 yards because of the unnecessary roughness penalty, instead of being a 60-yard field goal attempt, which is very difficult, it became a 45-yard field goal attempt, which is actually relatively easy. That 15 yards is critical. So conventional wisdom was that Ossai blew it. And he did, to be honest, right? He shouldn't have done that. It was a clear late hit. And it made a giant difference. So even some of his teammates got frustrated. You know, Jermaine Pratt said, graphic 3, apparently we are doing one of the graphics. He yelled at him on the sideline, "No, it's not good. This is the mother effers last year. Why the F would you touch the quarterback?" Okay, so now that was emotions running high, okay?
He apologized for it later.
He definitely apologized profusely, and most of the Bengals backed him up 100%, including the coach. And I thought they were great in backing him up. But he was devastated. He was already crying on the bench, which is obviously unusual for a football player. He gets into the locker room. They got to ask him questions about it. But when they do, he's an emotional wreck, right? Very much understandable if you've ever played sports. But the reason why I love this story is because of B.J. Hill.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a B.J. Hill in their lives.
Yes.
As when he is most down, he made sure to go stand next to him and say, "No, you're not asking that question. No, he's not answering that question." And by the way, they asked him a bunch of questions and he answered a whole bunch of them, even though he was in that state. But everybody needs a B.J. Hill in their lives to back him up. So nice job, brother. That's how you do for teammates, for friends. I love that moment.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Look, having those types of relationships, having a sense of community, it's just so incredibly important, and everyone needs someone who's willing to root for them or help pick them up when they're having a tough time. So I just feel like we're in this weird era where because of social media, friends are afraid to defend their friends publicly. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And I hate that. There's like a lot of cowardly stuff going on right now because they're afraid of whatever group, whatever online, mob going after them as well on social media. And it's like, do you value your friends? Because if you value your friends, you stick up for them in their time of need.
100%, and I want to give credit to the coach too. Zach Taylor said, graphic 4, we want guys like that. They care about it, care about their teammates. Joseph comes to work every day, man. He loves ball. He loves being part of this team. And it didn't come down to that play. So first of all, you could tell how much he cares by his reaction, right? So some might blow it off or pretend they don't care or actually don't care. No, Ossai cared, right? And he realized he made a mistake. So did it come down to that play? Well, here's my honest assessment. In a sense, yes, of course, because the 15 yards, as I just told you, made a giant difference. But in a sense, absolutely not. Why? There's a million plays in the game. And every one of them matters, not just the very last one or the second to last one. So there was a play where one of the Chiefs defensive backs tipped the ball just this much, and it made a difference so that the Bengals receiver couldn't catch it, and then they had to punt. That play mattered just as much as the Ossai play. And Burrow might have been roughed as well on the earlier series, and there was a 50-50 call, and the refs didn't call it. That play made just as much of a difference as the Ossai play. By the way, also plays in the first quarter make just as much of a difference as plays in the fourth quarter. Zach Taylor, by recognizing that, is one, correct and a good coach, and two, backing up his players, He's a good coach. And look, and this comes from a guy, you know, if you watch Young Turks at all, you know my politics, but you might not know my allegiances in sports, of course. Some of you know I'm a huge Steelers fan. I hate the Bengals, right? I despise the Bengals. I have my whole life. But credit where credit is due. They played a great game. Zac Taylor's a great coach, and that is a hell of a team. So take it easy on Ossai. Let's move on. Look, football's a tough sport. You don't make the kicks, we got to cut you, right? That happens. But in this case, it was an honest mistake, and Mahomes was dancing on the sideline. He definitely hit him late, but he was trying to stop him from getting the critical first down. So we got to know when to ease up on people. That's the second lesson from this. Back up your friends and your teammates, etc. And can we stop being so unbelievably harsh to each other? So here's a really good player that made a mistake, but that doesn't represent his entire career. So let's give the guy a break. Let's move on to next season. And as much as I hate to say it, watch out for the Bengals. They're gonna be great. Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.